Here's where things are about to get very sticky for one Vergil Ortiz. In the midst of his lawsuit with Oscar De La Hoya, Vergil Ortiz is hit over the head with some bad news. And I'm going to break it down in this video. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack, coming to you live, Boxingego Unpacked, yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack, coming to you live. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, link in the description, BoxingScene. DAZN and Golden Boy Promotions poised to announce a signed extension, officials say. And look, they even used a picture of them together, which is pretty funny. A formal announcement of Golden Boy Promotions striking an agreement with DAZN on a multi-year extension, flow of the century, is said to be forthcoming. A development that further strengthens the streaming network's boxing coverage. Officials, including a DAZN spokesperson and Golden Boy's Oscar De La Hoya, they did not respond to immediate messages left by BoxingScene on Friday, but this is heavily rumored. Another official told BoxingScene the deal was signed on Friday. Gotta get up on Friday. Shout out to Rebecca Black, man. Right? Golden Boy's past agreement ended December 31st. It's the mother EGO. All right. Now, but wait, there's more. I know some of you guys will be like, come on, Ego. What does this got to do with Vergil Ortiz? Please, geez. I'm going to explain it to you. I've reported Vergil Ortiz is suing Oscar De La Hoya, right? For, among other things, breach of contract, right? In return, Oscar, I do believe he makes a strong case to Rick MIRIGIAN. I will never work with him ever again. Now, I can work with Vergil Ortiz, but I will never work, right? This is what Oscar De La Hoya had to say. He said he is never working with that guy again, the manager, and he's countersuing him. This is where things really start to heat up. Subscribe to my channel. So, the baseline of Vergil Ortiz, his whole complaint that he's lodged his lawsuit. Keep in mind, Vergil Ortiz was like, my days with Golden Boy are numbered. You know, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, dude. Right? This is pretty much what he put out. He said, as far as me working with Golden Boy, that's out. In so many words, I'm paraphrasing. So, the whole baseline of his whole, the main structured part of his lawsuit is that Golden Boy didn't have DAZN, and there was a clause in the contract that stipulated if the relationship changed between Oscar, Golden Boy, and DAZN, meaning pretty much Golden Boy didn't have a broadcaster, right? And that relationship was changed and impacted, then that clause allows some wiggle room for Vergil Ortiz to leave and become a free agent, right? Now, I've already made videos, which is why you need to subscribe. Shout out to all of the people who have supported the channel, man. It feels great. I'm doing a bang up job for y'all We got some cash apps and super thanks. It's just going to allow me to grow on the channel and also, you know, continue to put out the fire content. Like my man sent $50 in the cash app. Shout out to my boy Daryl. Keep supporting. Bet on us. I'm always going to give y'all that real. So back to this Vergil Ortiz beef. The main strength of your case is, and what needs to be determined, right, is, are you a free agent or not? And the first 2 rounds, if you watch the other videos I made, De La Hoya and Golden Boy cooked you. Because if I'm lying, I'm flying. If they didn't cook you, you should be a free agent right now. What did Eminem say? You should be out killing right now. Kill him. Go ahead. I can't even say it because he was cussing so much, but whatever. You should be out right now. Like, you would be a free agent if you had what you wanted. The judge wouldn't have given the TRO, temporary restraining order. The judge wouldn't have, when you guys complained, and said, hey, the TRO expired. Can we be free to make the boots fight with Eddie Hearn? And then the judge said, no, order in the court. The judge was like, banged the gavel and said, y'all need to go to arbitration. So now Golden Boy's back. They're back in, you know, whatever contention with DAZN, and they back, and Oscar pretty much confirms this, right? And I made this post. So everything's tracking except for Ortiz's side. Oscar De La Hoya says he has big news coming, and Vergil Ortiz's manager, Rick MIRIGIan, deletes 2 years worth of evidence and tweets on his social media, right? So Oscar posted this video with this tweet, or this caption: big news on Tuesday coming. Why we are the best in the world. I'm so effing happy right now. I'm about to fire up that carne asada. So he's shadow boxing. He about to eat some steak, some carne. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, on the other side, Vergil's own manager went in and deleted all, I don't know why, but he deleted a bunch of tweets. So if you go to his Twitter, the newest tweets are from 2024 and we're in 2026. Mind you, De La Hoya, he was like, stay out of the way, Rick MIRIGIan. You're trying to be a hero, and you gonna hurt Vergil Ortiz's career. So I cannot wait to see how this plays out. I really can't, because I've been providing y'all that quality information in the space of boxing, and I told you from jump that don't bark up that tree. That tree will fall on you. I don't know why MIRIGIan ain't forewarned you. You chose the beef with Oscar and Golden Boy, and so far it's produced nothing. You're like, went behind Golden Boy's back trying to negotiate. Oh, we gonna make the boots fight without you. And De La Hoya was like, you gotta be quicker than that. And went through his channels, went through the courts, blocked it with the TRO, and then got an arbitration. Now, again, the only deciding factor is if you're a free agent, or the main one. And the language, I tell you, on these contracts, language is written, and it's written not necessarily explicitly, but to allow some interpretation. And it's like loose language where Rick MIRIGIan and Vergil, they're like, oh, you don't have a broadcaster and the DAZN contract expired December 31st. We're free to walk. But it don't necessarily work like that, right? The language, I have the contract. The way it's written, I'm not a lawyer. I ain't passed the bar, but I know a little bit enough that you want. Yup, it's perfect, right? I have the contract, or whatever, the lawsuit. I have the paperwork, so I know what you're complaining about. And literally, Golden Boy, I have both sides, right? Golden Boy is like, the way it's written is expressed as if the relationship changes, we're still doing one-off fights with Golden Boy and DAZN, right? And then now they're about to pop this extension in. So now from December 31st to when this started, which was pretty much the beginning of the year, this beef, you think they're going to let you walk because you believe in this little window before all the TROs and all that you were a free agent? Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast. I don't know. Again, I'm not the judge. We have to see what they decide, but it ain't looking good. And I try to warn y'all. And if this happened how I say, I think it's going to happen. You know, I don't have a horse in the race or whatever, but if it play out, then y'all going to come and blow up my mentions, Cash App, Super Chat, all that. Support the channel because y'all know where y'all getting that real. I didn't see this was always like, what did Blade say? Some always trying to ice skate uphill. Like, you know what I mean? It was always kind of an uphill battle. Like you're going against your promoter and then you don't even really have them by the balls, so to speak, right? You're like, oh, we got this way out. And then your window is this like one sentence. And then the dude from DAZN, McCaffrey, messed that up trying to back y'all. And he messed it up because he was out here talking about, oh, yeah, we'll still work with Golden Boy with or without Vergil Ortiz. So all of this strengthens De La Hoya's case. You do understand that. All of it. Because you, Vergil Ortiz, Rick MIRIGIAN, right, have the obligation to prove to the court that you're a free agent and the relationship as it was written in your clause that you thought got you out of jail or got you out the Golden Boy Pact, right? The relationship had changed, but he continued to work with DAZN the whole time. So it ended December 31st. So technically January 1st, Golden Boy didn't have a long standing, but they were in negotiations. And in conjunction with being in long, like term negotiations, they just hadn't arrived at a deal yet, right? They hadn't struck a deal yet, but they were still talking. And that's widely been publicized and documented, right? So you got that against you, that they always maintained that they were trying to work out a structure. Now we're probably days away from that actual deal being realized and finalized and announced for the public, right? In addition, they were putting off one-off fights, Alexis Rocha on DAZN. So you're trying to argue the relationship changed, but even after December 31st, they maintained a working relationship with DAZN, stayed in negotiations, still trying to work out the deal points or, you know, was still putting off one-off fights in the interim. And the McCaffrey dude, in the paperwork, I got the dockets, right? In the lawsuit, he was out here like, we'll still work with Golden Boy. And then now they reached a deal. And y'all was like, oh, Oscar's blocking. All right, we're going to see. Bro, y'all look crazy. Y'all look crazy. You got to know when you can win and when you can't. And To me, this was always complex for Vergil Ortiz to win. So now I feel like your argument slimmed up even more, right? Your chances of winning slimmed up even more because pretty much from January 1st, when the contract ended with DAZN and Golden Boy, to whenever the lawsuit was filed, which was really early in the year, you're trying to allege that you were a free agent in that time. And De La Hoya has a lot of talking points that, in fact, his relationship with DAZN never was impacted or never changed. You're like, oh, but he does clapback Thursdays. Yeah, but why did DAZN re-up with him? So clearly it didn't affect that. You got it.
Feina, boom. Feina, boom.